Shalom, brothers and sisters, and welcome to this reflection based on Matthew chapter 12, verse 14 to 21, and the book of Prophet Micah, chapter 2, verse 1 to 5. There is a sharp contrast in Matthew 12, 14, 21 between the messengers of death personified in the Pharisees and the Prince of Life, Jesus Christ, who comes to cure and heal. On the one hand, the mission of Jesus is that of life, as John 10:10 puts it clearly. I came so that they may have life and have it abundantly. On the other hand, the Pharisees are trying to legalize the execution of Jesus. They want to do away with him for speaking out the truth and defending the voiceless. As the prophet Micah puts it, the Pharisees are plotting wickedness and work evil upon their beds against the Anawim of the Lord. The Anawim of the Lord are actually the poor, the sick, the elderly, the unborn babies, those who can't speak for themselves, the voiceless in our society. From early on in his ministry, many were out to bring death to Jesus, whereas Jesus himself was always in the business of bringing life to others, a share in God's own life. Jesus will not break the bruised reed, nor put out the smoldering wick. The bruised reed and the smoldering wick refer to those who are broken in body and depressed in spirit. It is very easy to break a bruised reed and put out a smoldering wick. Those who are broken in body or are depressed in spirit tend to be very vulnerable. The gospel reading presents Jesus as one who is sensitive to those who are vulnerable. He can recreate the bruised reed and fan into a living flame the smoldering wick. There are times when we need to come before the Lord in our brokenness and vulnerability and ask him to renew and strengthen us. Dear friends, we need to be careful so that we are not plotting against the defenseless in the name of our rights. Our rights and freedoms must never overstep the obligation to defend those who are most vulnerable. A society that neglects particularly the rights of the old, the sick, widows, orphans, and unborn babies is a dying society. We cannot license an evil in the name of fighting another evil. I am reminded of those beautiful words of Socrates. It is better to suffer an injustice than to cause an injustice. Let us reflect on that today. How many times do we go out of our way to defend those who are defenseless, to speak for those who cannot speak for themselves?